On the 18th of January, we have the first new moon of the year in the sign of Capricorn, and I'm going to explain exactly what this means for you and your zodiac sign. If you're new here, hi, I am Georgie. I am an astrologer based in the UK. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here, guys. Lovely to have you back. Now, before we get into the video, if you do get some value from this, please give the video a thumbs up. Drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out trying to slowly grow this channel. I also do readings, guys, so if you would like your own personal chart read, I do a variety of astrology readings for a variety of budgets. You can check out my information, which is linked on my page. So let's get into the energy of this new moon. So this is actually a very powerful new moon because it's making so many aspects to many different planets. I actually think this is a pretty positive new moon as well. First new moon of the year in the sign of Capricorn. This is very much about goal setting, very much about what we're wanting to build, what we're wanting to create over the next 6 months. So let's take a look at the energy of it. So the new moon itself is happening at 28 degrees of Capricorn. So the 28th degree is actually a Cancer degree, so it is giving us a feeling of that Cancerian energy to do with nurturing, to do with wanting to feel safe, safety, building something, protection. Themes of Cancer are also associated with the home and the family, and of course our emotions. So you may just see these extra Cancerian themes coming through the new moon. Now, a new moon is always when the moon has completed a cycle and it's coming round again to meet with the sun as it starts the beginning of the next lunar cycle. So this is a fresh beginning. As the moon comes up to meet the sun, this is the balsamic moon phase where we are going within, we're shedding, we're letting go. And as the moon meets the sun on the 18th, I'm in the UK, so this is happening around 8 p.m. So you'll have to adjust your time zones depending where you are. So once that moon hits the sun, this is when the fresh energy starts. This is when the new beginning starts. Really, really good time to set intentions. To write down what you want to manifest under this, guys, because there's a lot of powerful energy of surrounding this new moon, and a new moon is where we're planting seeds. Capricorn is an earth sign, so you can quite literally write down what you want to manifest and put it in the soil. Working with earth can be really good around this new moon. Now, generally, in terms of what a new moon means for us on an individual level, this is the start of something. So we can see things happening around a new moon. Although it's the quieter time of the month, the moon's lost its light, so to speak, so we can feel more tired. We are going within. It's about rest. It's about recharge. It's about renewing. We can still see things happening around a new moon, similar to how we would around the full moon. It's still a lunation, so it's always significant things happening in the Capricorn section of your chart. You may just notice things coming up as this week, as we build down to the new moon. You may just notice things around the Capricorn section of your chart, and I will go into all 12 signs once I've just ran through kind of the general energy of the new moon for you. So the new moon is happening in the third decan of Capricorn, which is associated with 4 of Earth, also known as the 4 of Pentacles or 4 of Coins tarot card. So all of the Pentacle cards are associated with resources and with what we're building. Same as the Earth signs, it's about building, it's about foundation. When you think of Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, and you think about the houses associated with that, obviously Taurus is the 2nd house, money, Virgo is the 6th house, work, service, and Capricorn is the 10th house, our career. So all earth signs are about building, they're about creating something, they're about what we are putting together, what we are surrounding ourselves with. You know, it's our foundations. And Capricorn, which is associated with the 10th house, is about our goals, our what we're building, you know, the steps that we're taking to get to where we want to go. When you're thinking about the mountain goat, jumping from rock to rock, slowly building something. Capricorn is about where we are heading. It's about having a plan. It's about having a solid foundation. It's about being organized. We've got a lot of energy in Capricorn at the moment. I digressed. I was about to talk to you. I was about to read the description of the fourth of Earth. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about the other planets. So the four of Earth tarot card. So associated with this new moon, it says ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in a solid foundation. Even if I feel shaken up and I am unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there is no need to fear. While it is true that nothing is permanent in the material world, I find security in the existence of a divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind me that I am exactly where I am meant to be for my highest good and the highest good of all, and that I always have abundance available to me. So it's about ownership. It's about what we own, and about knowing that although sometimes things don't go to plan, we are supported. We are always supported by spirit. We are always supported by the universe in whatever it is that we are creating. So, first new moon of the year, and a very, very powerful one at that. This is a very significant year, 2026. There's a lot of change coming. There's a lot of moving forward this year. And this, I love Capricorn season. I really, really get on with this Capricorn energy. And have to let me know how you feel under this Capricorn energy. Are you feeling heavy? Are you feeling motivated? Are you feeling organized? Capricorn, it does get things done. And we can feel this at the moment. It's, yes, it's January and people are motivated and, the gyms are full and people are setting their goals and all of that kind of stuff. But this is what Capricorn energy is about. It's about doing, building, having a solid plan. So having a new moon in Capricorn is, collectively, I don't tend to focus on mundane astrology. If you've watched a few of my videos, you'll know that I'm much more into just helping you guys understand how this is affecting you. But Capricorn is associated with authorities, politicians, institutions, anything that's kind of to do with the structures of our society is associated with Capricorn. So you may see some new things coming in collectively around that. But on a personal level, this is about our own goals. This is about what we are building, our own solid foundations. The new moon itself is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of discipline. It's the teacher. It's also the planet of karma. It is Saturn. Yes, it's the planet of blockages and it can bring delays. Saturn is about taking your time to build something, doing things correctly, being patient. There's no rushing when it comes to Capricorn and Saturn. It is about, like I said, doing things in the correct order, doing things in the correct way and building something that's going to last. The whole point of Capricorn is that you're building something that is going to last. When you think about a house and you think about the bricks and the cement and how carefully each brick is placed to create this beautiful pattern, and then at the end of it you have this beautifully put together brick wall, that's like Capricorn energy, where everything is placed just so, and at the end of it you've got this strong, solid brick wall that looks how it's meant to look, that has taken time to build. That's the image that I think of when I think of Capricorn and Saturn. Now, the new moon itself is making a connection to a lot of planets. So it's conjunct Mercury very closely. Mercury's at 26 degrees, the new moon is at 28. It's also conjunct Mars. So Mercury and Mars are exactly conjunct at 26 degrees. So this is channeling a lot of energy in the Capricorn section of your chart around ideas and putting things into motion. Mars is our drive. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So this is giving us enough energy around this new beginning to move forward with it. Ideas are coming to us as well. Practicalities. Mercury rules our mind. It rules planning, writing. It rules conversation. So this is very much about perhaps ideas coming in, practicalities. Okay, but how are we going to achieve this? What is the plan here? And it just brings this real practical and reliable energy around this new beginning that you are creating. The new moon is solidifying the new beginning, putting those goals into place. And Mercury's bringing in ideas. Mercury's bringing in collaboration with people, maybe trips, maybe information, writing, documents. Mars is bringing in this energy, this motivation, this drive. But then you've also got an out of sign conjunction with Venus and Pluto. That Venus has now moved into Aquarius, but she's only 3 degrees away from the new moon. So Venus is also bringing in this money piece, but she's in the sign of Aquarius. So this is unconventional ideas, unconventional creative ideas, maybe collaborating with groups of people with Venus in Aquarius, working with friends, working with others, serving the community. And then you've got the Pluto piece. Pluto is it's 3 degrees of Aquarius now, so it's 5 degrees away from this new moon. That is still a conjunction. So this new moon is being charged up with potential power and transformation from that Pluto piece. Pluto is power. Pluto is control. Now, because there is a lot of Capricorn energy here, there is an element of wanting to have things under control, taking leadership. Leadership is a very strong word for this new moon. Leadership. Taking that power from Pluto in order to build something. Now, the higher manifestation of this is using your power, using your gifts, using your ideas in order to create something that can be quite unconventional with the trine to Uranus, something left field, something outside the box. You may have a breakthrough with something, can be something financial. Financial breakthroughs can be possible with the trine to Uranus in Taurus. This can be about the body as well. Earth signs are connected to the body. So there's potential for breakthroughs here. So the higher manifestation, yes, and including the sextile to Neptune and Saturn, this is about. So Saturn that rules this is positively affecting this new moon. Saturn is like, yep, I'm here, we're ready to go. I'm helping you out. I'm giving you a plan. I want you to take responsibility for something. Neptune is sextiling too. How can we bring in our dreams here? How can we bring in compassion and spirituality for some of you? How can we bring in softness? So the higher manifestation of this new moon is really, really monumental. It's actually aspecting pretty much everything. There is a wide opposition to Jupiter. I mean, it is 10 degrees wide opposition to Jupiter. Jupiter is still a positive planet, even with the opposition. It can expand this beginning for us. So the new moon is actually in aspecting every single planet, which is very rare. Very wide square to Chiron. Well, I say very wide, 6 degrees. It's not that wide, is it? There is a wide square to Chiron. So this is the only thing where we can feel maybe we are not good enough for this thing, or there can be a bit of a wounding here, or a bit of lack of something. We may need to believe in ourselves a bit more when it comes to the goals that we're setting. The lower manifestation of all of this energy is arrogance in a way. Capricorn can have this arrogant, I'm in control, I deserve this, egotistical power kind of energy. And with it conjunct Pluto, this can be where the lower manifestation comes in, is where you're feeling kind of regal, you're feeling like you're worthy, but it's coming from a place of ego rather than a place of trust and belief in a non-egocentric way. Control can be a lower manifestation of Capricorn energy, wanting power, wanting to be in charge. So that could be the lower manifestation of this. However, most of the aspects are pretty good. Like I said, trine to Uranus, this is about breakthroughs, this is about thinking outside the box. And Saturn that rules this is in Pisces, okay? It's conjunct Neptune, so this can be about surrendering. Actually using our intuition when it comes to the things that we want to build. You know, there can be some spiritual matters involved, trusting in the divine, wanting to heal, wanting to help those less fortunate than us. This can also be about learning to set boundaries, or the dissolving of structures and boundaries and goals that are actually no longer aligned with us as we move forward with something. So that is kind of the general overview of the new moon itself. And then I'm going to run through the signs. So make sure you're listening for your rising sign. This is going to be the most literal and the most accurate. However, your sun sign will be very, very accurate too. And you can listen for your moon for an extra piece. The moon sign is kind of connected more to the emotional feeling around this and perhaps things to do with the home and the family. So listen to all three and then you'll have a more comprehensive version of everything put together. If you don't make it to the end of the video, thank you so much for being here, guys. Don't forget that I do readings. And yeah, subscribe, like the video if you are getting value from this so far. So Aries, we will start with you, Aries and Aries rising. This new moon in the sign of Capricorn is happening in your 10th house. This is a sensitive part of your chart, guys. It's an angular house. It also squares you, so you can feel the tension of some of the squares, especially if you have anything around 28 degrees. This is where the new moon is happening. So anything from kind of 25 to a couple of degrees of Aquarius, you're actually going to feel the tension of the square or the opposition. If you have any planets in the cardinal signs. Now, a new moon in your 10th house, this is about your public image. This is about your reputation. This is a really good and powerful new beginning for you if you're somebody that is wanting a new beginning at work. So let's just take a look at this. So you've got the new moon, it's conjunct Mercury and Mars. So there can be some important conversations happening for you at work. It can be that you're having an important conversation with your boss. You may be there may be some charged up energy here with Mars and Mercury conjunction. Just be careful. There can be some frustrating things happening at work. I want to say for some of you, there can be some frustrating things. It could be, especially with the opposition to Jupiter in the 4th house, perhaps, you know, there's an element of you spending too much time at work. There could be an element of too much time at work versus not enough time at home. Maybe you are feeling like you really just need to rest from all of this, a lot going on in your career stuff. So you may have a lot going on in your career and you're feeling like you need to rest under this with Saturn in your 12th house. This can be about you having to rest, you having to recharge. This can be about private conversations with a boss, with an authority figure happening at work, maybe having a private conversation. But there can be something starting here, something that's over the next 6 months going to blossom. So this is a really good time to set intentions around career moves that you want to make. What do you want to build in your career in 2026? A really good time to set those intentions and write down what you want to manifest, because all of this magic energy, very strong and potent, can manifest over the next 6 months. This is good if you want recognition. So if you're somebody that runs their own business and you desire recognition, setting intentions around that. You just may notice that there's a new opportunity coming to you. It can be a new job opportunity. It can be an opportunity to climb the career ladder. It can be, like I said, important conversations with authority figures, including parents can come up here. But there is potential here for breakthroughs, potential here for breaking free from something at work that is no longer aligned with you. Or you're just setting goals around your career life in general. Now you guys get the Justice card. So I am going to read what that means for you. Major Arcana card. You can't tend to change the trajectory of the Major Arcana cards. So this one says karma. So the law of cause and effect is in play now as I see elements in my life balance out. What goes around comes around. I'm now seeing evidence of this law in the conditions of my world. Now, I also want to mention this is your public status. So this is your relationship status. So there can be a new relationship status. There can be changes. There can be breakthroughs. So you can go from single to a relationship. You can go from a relationship to single. You can become an auntie. You can become an uncle. You can become a grandparent. You can become a parent. All of that can happen in the 10th house because your status is shifting and changing, or you're planting seeds around it shifting and changing. and a really good time to do so. So you'll have to let me know, guys, how this new moon is playing out for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So Taurus and Taurus rising, this new moon in Capricorn is happening in your 9th house. This is your house of higher education, higher learning, expanding your mind. This is the house of philosophy, beliefs, faith and spirituality, thinking outside the box, higher visions, travel. So some of you might actually be studying something here. You might be starting a new course, especially with the Mercury piece. This is about opening your mind, and you could actually feel really motivated to want to learn something, to want to study something. The thing that you're learning can potentially bring a lot of power and transformation around your career over the next several years with Pluto in your 10th house of career. You can be sharing information, you could be broadcasting information, you could be publishing something. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you may be traveling somewhere kind of unusual, or you're having a breakthrough with your beliefs and your philosophies and your mind in some way. There can be a breakthrough with the mind, or there can be new ideas, new beliefs coming to you. This is there's so much energy here. This is real potential for you to expand your mind. This is a really positive new moon for you guys because it's trining you. It's trining Uranus in your 1st house. It's positively aspecting your 11th house. This is about your goals and your dreams for the future. This is about groups and networks that you're a part of, your friendships. There can be some new beginnings around, your beliefs. So when your beliefs when it comes to friendships, your beliefs when it comes to any aspect of your life, the 9th house can just be what you're believing, what your current philosophies are of the world and everything that's going on. There can be something new here for you, something fresh, something starting here. There can also be, because the 9th house is also ceremonies and legal matters, so some of you could be attending something, some of you could be like signing something, so whether that be like a marriage certificate, getting a new passport, all of that kind of stuff, attending some sort of legal ceremony or having to deal with legal matters can be potentially around this time. But this new moon is suggesting setting goals around what it is that you want to learn, setting goals around how you want to kind of shape your mind and shape your philosophies over the next 6 months, and there's a lot of powerful energy here to do so. So please let me know, Taurus, what's going on for you right now. You can meet an important teacher as well, somebody that's going to come in and really teach you something. And wow, you guys get the Tower card. So very powerful card. I'm going to read the positive manifestation. This is the positive affirmations for this card. This is about things really changing in your life. Surprises coming in, things falling down in order for things to resurrect. Things happen really fast when this card shows up. Its appearance could portend a total paradigm shift or a sudden upheaval that takes something away in order for something better to take its place. It could be that I've had an epiphany. Whatever it is, this card tells me unexpected events will be very interesting and offer opportunities for positive transformation if I remain present with my eyes open. Really powerful card, guys. So let me know what's going on. Quite excited for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Gemini and Gemini rising. This new moon in the sign of Capricorn is happening in your 8th house. This is a little bit trickier for you guys because this is a section of the chart that you can't really see eye to eye with. The 8th house as well is very sensitive. So you're going to be feeling very maybe introverted under this new moon. You may be feeling a bit anxious. You may be feeling like you want to kind of hide away, hibernate a little bit. Now the 8th house is Scorpio's house, right? So this is about your own psychological behavior in some ways. Now there's a few things associated with this house. Sometimes it's financial, but sometimes it's psychological. So there can be something starting here for you in terms of setting goals around what it is that you want to change, what you want to transform. This can be the house of trauma, so they can be diving into your mind, diving into your behavior. It could be that you're starting out with a therapist, and that's going to take you on a really, really important journey around your own personal transformation of the mind. It could be that you are carrying out something very intimate with another person. The 8th house is where we merge with other people, so there can be some intimate matters going on here. It could be that you are working with money in terms of your career as well, because the 8th house is our joint finances, it's our taxes, our loans, our investments. So it could be that you're kind of organizing your finances, especially with Saturn in the 10th house, to do with your career or your business. If you're somebody that runs your own business, it could be that you are sorting out your finances, you know, and actually being January, it's the end of the tax year, isn't it, for paying your tax bills. So for some of you, you're going to be sorting out your finances. But the 8th house is our partner's money. So there can be something happening here for your partner's money. Conversations about money, conversations about joint finances. How are we going to afford this? Maybe a new beginning for them. So if you have a partner, it could be a new beginning for them financially. Spending intimate time and conversations, and you know, it's really this sense of merging and setting goals with another person could also be part of this. Status changes as well with Saturn in the 10th. So it could be that you're going through a breakup. The 8th house is where we transform. You could be going through something personal like a breakup, or there's just an intensity with a partner that's affecting your status in some way. It's affecting your business, or it's affecting your relationship status. That's possible. The 8th house is also, you know, the house of the occult. So this is the house of ghosts and psychics and energy work, energy healing. So there can be, you know, something happening here. Maybe you're wanting to learn something. Maybe you're going to a psychic night or an event, something like that. Going to see a tarot reader, somebody that's going to help you understand yourself on a metaphysical level can be possible. There's a trine to Uranus in your 12th house. So this really could be about letting something go. It could be about loss. It could be about healing. But it can feel quite heavy. But it could be that you're focusing on trauma. You're focusing on therapy. If it's not, something financial for you guys. So you'll have to let me know in the comments, is this financial or is this more kind of psychological? We are going to pull, okay, you want to come out? Queen of Fire. Okay, interesting. I'm going to read you the positive. Queen of Fire, where are you? Okay, here she is. Creative collaborations, soul connections, passion inspired by spirit, artist. I am capable of strong friendships that inspire me and encourage me to express myself in my own way. I co-create with others dedicated to a vision of achieving the highest good of all. How might I join in the dance of co-creation, letting spirit flow through me and inspire me to express my passions? So that is, for some of you, that definitely is about working with others, collaborating with others, merging with others in order to get you somewhere. It could be that you're merging with somebody in order to improve your career. I also do think that there can be things here, so like mortgages, I don't think I mentioned that, things to do with like mortgages and debts can be showing up for some of you as well. So let me know, Gemini, how that sits, how that resonates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cancer and Cancer rising. This new moon is happening in your opposite sign. So for you guys, there's a lot of focus at the moment on your partnerships and who you're collaborating with. Relationships, one-on-ones, business partnerships. You know, it is Capricorn, so this can be very business energy for some of you, or you can be focusing on your goals when it comes to you and another person and feeling more practical and organized around, okay, how am I organizing things with this relationship? What is it that we need to do? You could just have like a more practical approach to things going on in your relationships right now. Some of you are starting something new with another person. This can be a business partnership. This can be a creation of something. Mercury's here. This is about getting excited with Mercury and Mars around creating something with another person. Or maybe you and a partner are traveling somewhere. You could be going on a trip. You can be collaborating on a real soulful level with the conjunction to Pluto and Venus in your 8th house. This is about real intimate connections, diving deeply into something, merging with someone, bonding with somebody. You could be merging finances with somebody. That is also possible. You could also be learning something new. You could be studying something new and working one-on-one with somebody that's going to teach you something. There could be an important teacher coming in, like a therapist or, you know, an astrologer, or somebody that's going to be teaching you something. Really good time to work with a therapist, I would say. Good time to travel. You know, this trine to Uranus in your 11th house, this can be about moving towards your goals in a really unusual and freedom loving way. You get the fortune's wheel as well. We'll come on to that in a sec. So yeah, collaborations with partners, collaborations with friends. Could be spending time with a friend if it's not a lover. With the wide opposition to Jupiter in your first house, I do feel like this is about you having some sort of opportunity, or you gaining some sort of wisdom or some sort of freedom from something. If it's not freedom, then it's going to be about you expanding, and you're working with others to do that, perhaps collaborating with others to do that. So you get the Fortune's Wheel. The Fortune's Wheel has been coming out a lot recently, which is amazing. I love this card. When you think about spinning a wheel, you don't know what you're going to get, but it's. I just love this card. Like, look at the little face in the middle. He's like, I'm here. It makes me laugh. Anyway, destiny meets synchronicity. So this is about getting what you deserve. This is about, again, it's like co-collaboration. So I am in awe to experience many meaningful coincidences that prove to me that Spirit has my back. These lucky breaks are moments when things just turn out perfectly. Show how we're all connected. My gamble will pay off when I trust my co-creative partnership with Spirit. My destiny is obvious to me now. So, positive card. Your destiny's calling, guys. Go with the flow. Let me know what's happening. I hope everyone is okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Leo and Leo rising, you guys are doing this, having this this new moon in the sign of Capricorn in your 6th house. This is your house of work, your house of service, of routines, of pets, and your health. So a new moon in Capricorn here. This is a very kind of structurally and work based for a lot of you. This is going to be about what you're creating, how you're being of service, how you provide service to other people. There can be a new job opportunity coming in, especially with the Uranus in your 10th house. This is about your work houses. This is, what am I creating? How am I helping others? How am I being of service? And you could be setting goals and intentions around how you want to help other people. There could be a new beginning for you financially with Saturn that rules this in the 8th house, working on, what it is that you're owed, money coming in, that kind of stuff. There can be something new, if you work kind of in an office environment, there can be something new happening in the office. There can be new structures, there can be new procedures, there can be a beginning for you in terms of who you're working. It could be, a new person collaborating with you in the office, a new office member, something like that. If you run your own business, again, this is really, really a lot of potential for, a lot of potential for just new beginnings in your working day. So the 6th house is how we go about our day. It's what time do we start work? Do we set our alarm? What's our structure of the day? And because it's Capricorn, this is about setting goals and intentions. There can be a new beginning around that for you. Being more practical, being more organized with your daily routine, wanting to get things in order. You can feel kind of charged up. You can feel kind of pretty organized. You can feel quite busy with this, I would say, with Mars and Mercury here as well. You may find that your schedules are quite busy, but at the same time you're getting things in order, in order to serve you in a more kind of beneficial way. You could be starting a new project at work, collaborating with someone. You could be kind of sorting out the office. All of that kind of stuff can happen under a new moon here. Being of service to somebody else. You may find yourself going out and helping other people. Like the 6th house is our pets, so there can be a new beginning around a pet. There can be, for some of you, it might be quite literally a new pet coming in, or there can just be things happening and energy happening around current pets. With Mars here, it could be like a trip to the vet or something. Mars and Mercury together. Just topics associated with any animals in your life can come through here. The 6th house is also our health, okay? So there could be something new starting here. You could be setting intentions around health goals, what it is that you want to achieve. You could be starting a new gym membership. You could be starting a new diet. You could be saying to yourself, right, I've had enough of this. I'm going to start this. I've had enough of eating this. Just getting organized around your health and things that you want to achieve is also possible. I'm trying to think what else we can think about with Saturn in the 8th house. Like I said, this can be things to do with work and money, people that you are working with, service users owing money to to, you know, so this is like someone coming to fix your tap and you have to pay them, or you have to take out a loan to pay them. That kind of stuff can show up with this here. But I think for a lot of you, this is going to be about your schedules and your work and your routines. And for some of you, it's going to be a new job coming in, a new opportunity to serve others. So you'll have to let me know, Leo, what's happening in your work life? What goals are you setting? How are your schedules changing? There's a lot of busy energy here. You could just find yourself really kind of, yeah, like I said, just kind of busy and trying to get organized and trying to create some structure around your working environment. Just be careful of burning out if you're working too much, especially with Mars here. Mars can inflame things. That flew out, so we better have that one. Mars can inflame things. So you may feel kind of like you've got a lot of energy, but then you're burning out. So just be careful of that. You guys get the Two of Air. This really is about two different options, or maybe two different ways to go. So maybe you've got some... maybe you've got to make a choice. This could be about making a choice. Stalemate, uncertainty, considering options. Time to take a break and to consider my options and think about things. There is no need to rush forward. The perfect answer for the highest good will come to me if I take my time and remain in a peaceful state of mind. So, for example, if you had a job opportunity, you could be thinking, do I want to take this or not? So just take your time. Capricorn is about time. Take your time when it comes to making those decisions. There's potential here for a transformation for you, definitely over the next 6 months, when it comes to your work and your jobs and your routines. But you've got to take your time. Don't rush into anything. Thank you for watching, Leo. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next video. Virgo and Virgo rising, you are experiencing this new moon in the sign of Capricorn in your 5th house. This is a friendly energy to you. It's a fellow earth sign. It's trining you, especially if you have anything around the 28 degrees. It will be forming a trine, an exact trine. So this is the fun house. This is the house of self-expression, of hobbies, of love, dating, romance. A new beginning here for you, and you setting goals and intentions around these things. So you can be set, it's a good time to set goals and intentions around your love life. Do you want to bring a romantic partner in? What do you want about a romantic partner? You can quite literally write your perfect partner list under this, plant it in the soil, manifest that person, especially because Saturn that rules this is in your 7th house. So there's a fresh beginning here for you romantically. For some of you, if you want it. This can also be, you know, doing something with a partner. So maybe you are having conversations with a romantic partner. You are going somewhere. You're going on a trip. You're going on a special date. You might be traveling with a partner with the trine to Uranus in your 9th house. Or you're just changing your mindset around love, around what you want from love. And getting a bit more organized and structured when it comes to what it is that you want from a partnership. That is also possible. You could just be doing something fun, going on a date night, going on a date. Definitely feeling more kind of energized when it comes towards self-expression. So there could be a new hobby here. You could be starting a new hobby. You could be deciding what it is that you actually find fun and thinking about that. You could be going somewhere with a friend, doing something fun with a friend. This is really good for business. If you have your own business, this is really, really creative. With Venus here, with Mercury, with Mars here. So you could be launching a project or starting a creative project and having some ideas come to you around a business that you want to launch, around a project that you want to launch. A good time to launch something, I would say, around this, once this new moon hits. This is also the house of children, so there can be a new beginning in your child's life. Maybe they are starting something new. Maybe they're starting like an after-school club or a extracurricular activity or something like that. But having to discipline them as well. So Capricorn is very kind of disciplined energy. You guys might be quite hot on that, depending on your own personal charts. But just gaining some structure around your child's life, or having to kind of be a bit more organized with their schedules, can also be coming through as well under this new moon. But really, this is, you know, it's a fun house. This is about you guys focusing on yourself. This is the house of ego, so you may just be feeling a little bit more kind of egotistical around this as well, because of all of this Capricorn energy. Like I mentioned in the intro, just watch out for attention-seeking behavior. Wow, you guys get the Hierophant. I haven't had her for ages. Very powerful card. Number 5. spiritual practice. When this card appears, it reminds me to be committed to a spiritual practice to ensure a conscious contact to my higher power. When I have a daily practice of prayer and meditation steeped in gratitude and committed to being a co-creator, life works out in wondrous ways. Rituals are in my highest good at this time. Exchanging vows is also highlighted. So this is encouraging you to have a spiritual practice. And actually with this trine to Uranus in your 9th house, maybe this is encouraging you to actually, because the 5th house is what we do for fun, to develop this as part of your routines and your daily structure. Capricorn energy is about setting goals. If you're watching this and you're a Virgo, you need to be developing a spiritual practice according to that card. So let me know how you get on with that, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Libra and Libra rising. This new moon is happening for you in the sign of Capricorn in your 4th house. So this is a sign that squares you, especially if your placements are towards the end of Libra. So it can feel a bit more challenging. Now, a lot of energy in your Capricorn house. I'm actually going to go backwards because the moon has moved into the next sign and it annoys me when it does that. So we're just going backwards so we can see the moon in the 4th house. There we go. We can see the moon in the 4th. So there's something starting here for you around your home life, your family life, your ancestry, your roots. This is about the past. The 4th house is the deepest, most introspective part of ourselves that people don't really know. It's our inner emotions. It's where we feel safe. It's where we nurture ourselves. So having a new moon here is quite introspective. You may be feeling emotional, or you can just be setting intentions around your home and family life. Where do you want to live? What is your dream house? There can be a new beginning around your home, so a new family member coming in, a new beginning for you in your family, a new beginning for a family member. It's not always you. Things can happen within the family. New beginnings for our family members are possible. These can be about your inner safety and also what you're kind of creating at work, and how your work life is important to you emotionally, because Capricorn is about our goals. Saturn that rules this is in your 6th house of service and work, so it is importing things to do with either our health or our work and how we're being of service. But the 4th house is about how we feel, so setting intentions around what actually makes you happy when it comes to your work, especially, you know, you've got this opposition to Jupiter in your 10th house. What do I enjoy? What's important to me? Can I collaborate with somebody that I live with, or can I collaborate with a family member when it comes to my work? How do I feel about this? What makes me feel safe? You can be traveling to see family around this time. You've got Mercury and Mars here, so there's energy here around your home life. There's energy here around, you know, where you're living, the important people in your life. So a new beginning is starting here that is going to manifest over the next 6 months. And actually, maybe over the next 6 months, you might be moving somewhere. You may be, with the trine to Uranus in the 8th house, this could bring a big transformation when it comes to your home. It can bring change. It can bring, you know, breakthroughs when it comes to, maybe if you're somebody that wants to work on releasing those family wounds, there's potential here to have a breakthrough with that, with Uranus in your 8th house. And actually, you may find yourself reflecting this week on your family, on your ancestry, on your roots. You know, the 4th house is about the past, looking through old photos, reflecting on things, feeling a bit heavy because it is Capricorn actually, but coming from a practical state. Well, this is why this has happened. This is why, my family's like that. But you just may be sitting in those feelings a bit with the new moon, and with the square, it can feel quite sensitive. And it doesn't always mean that something happens. It can just be like an emotional reflection with lunations. Something physical doesn't always have to happen. It can be an emotional reflection and realization around something. But it's a good time to set intentions around what you want to create when it comes to your home and your family, okay? And just be aware that the 4th house can be stuck in the past a little bit too much. So it is obviously it's good to reflect, but then it's also good to kind of move on from that. With the conjunction to Pluto, you may be feeling quite intense about this, I would say, though. You can be feeling quite intense. A good time to talk about it with Mercury there, talking about how you feel. You guys get the Five of Fire, otherwise known as the Five of Wands. Let's read the positive affirmation for this card. Creative brainstorming, unity in diversity, and honouring differences. I have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, I open to new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field and what they might offer. Okay, so thinking about, because I want to kind of relate that to the fourth house, talking with others. Again, it's coming back to that talking, brainstorming, and again, it's like new ideas coming in. Fire is creative energy. It's like new stuff coming in. So actually breaking free from these past wounds and patterns in around our family, and actually creating something new is what I kind of feel from that is about. Yes, we can be stuck in the past, but actually that card is encouraging us to create new memories, create new patterns, create new traditions within our families as we move forward and as we break free from past restraints when it comes to our family and our home and our emotions. Let me know, Libra, how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next video. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. This new moon in the sign of Capricorn is happening in your third house. This is a fairly kind of friendly energy with you guys because it's sextiling you, especially if you have anything around 28 degrees. This is the house that's connected to many different things. The third house is our mind. It's our mindset. It's what we learn, but it's also where we're very busy. It's our day-to-day. It's our community. It's who we see on our day-to-day travels. So you may find that you're running errands, you're having to go to the post office and the shop, and maybe you're talking to your neighbor, or your neighbor's borrowing something. You can just find all these kind of social interactions can kind of be more relevant around a lunation in the third house, especially with Mercury and Mars here. You could be going on a trip somewhere. You could be getting involved in your child's PTA, or planning a cake sale, or, you know, going to a library group. Something like that could be starting here, where you're mingling in the local community, the local society. You may notice something new happening, like I said, with neighbors or within the local area. Siblings and extended family, so like cousins, aunts and uncles can show up here. So there might be something happening in their life, or there can be just something coming through. You may be setting goals and intentions around your mind. You know, maybe you're wanting to learn something new. Maybe you are studying something or reading something, or taking a more practical approach to how you to your thoughts around something. There can be a new vehicle coming here for some of you, mode of transport. Like I said, traveling somewhere. Maybe you're traveling somewhere with a partner. That's also possible. What else do I want to say about that? Yeah, the third house is kind of like a mixture of things. Social interactions. Often it is just kind of how we think. With the opposition to Jupiter in the ninth house, again, it's like, okay, how am I growing? How am I learning? How am I thinking? How can I learn something? How can I learn something new? Or what am I learning new? Who's teaching me what around this time? You guys get the Empress. Beautiful card. The Empress, number 3. Fertility. This is a wonderful time to give birth to new ideas and experiences. Nourishment is assured as I step into a new version of myself. My life is rich and ripe with the possibility that I can manifest and create. I am a powerful co-creator, and life loves me right now. My world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. So that's actually a really positive card. So things are something new coming in. Maybe you're learning something. You have to let me know, Scorpio, what's going on for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, you guys are experiencing this new moon in the sign of Capricorn in your second house. This is your finances, your possessions, what you own, your skills, what you have, your values and your self-worth. So this is a very financial area of the chart. This can be a new financial opportunity. It can be a breakthrough when it comes to your finances, a breakthrough when it comes to the work that you're doing and money coming in. Ideas around money, organizing your money, becoming more structured and practical and logical when it comes to money matters. You've got a lot of planets in this sign right now. This is about you and what you own. Focus on what you own, focusing on setting goals around how much money you want to make. So this is the one new moon of the year where you guys can set intentions around your money. Write it down, plant it in the soil in order to manifest over the next 6 months and the next, just the rest of 2026. What is it that you want to earn? What's important to you as well, because the second house is what we value. It's what is actually important to us. So you may be reflecting on what's actually important. With Saturn that rules this in the 4th house, this can be about having to pay for things around the home. This can be about, thinking, okay, how much money have I got for my rent? How much money have I got for my mortgage? What do I need to pay off when it comes to my children and my home and my family? How can I support my family? How can I support my home at this time? You may be feeling a bit sensitive about that with Saturn in the 4th house. How am I supporting? Or there could be topics of the home coming up for some of you. Maybe some of you are moving and money's relevant because of that, or maybe you're thinking about moving, or you're thinking about like clearing out possessions, and new beginnings when it comes to possessions is also possible. Spending money on family members is also possible, and also your self-worth. Do you really feel worthy of the money you're making? Now, this new moon is conjunct Pluto, so there's a lot of potential here for you to earn big, but you have to believe in yourself, because Pluto is extremes. It can build us up, but it can also take things away. So you have to be living in integrity when it comes to what it is that you're earning, when it comes to your money situation. Are you living in integrity? You guys get the Sun card. Beautiful card. There's a lot of beautiful cards coming out today, guys. A lot of positive cards. Abundance. There you go. At this time, everything is possible and everything I need to know is illuminated. Projects come to fruition, relationships flourish, and my growth is assured. This is a time of plenty. It's important that I share this abundance with others. I am deeply grateful. I love that for you. Money's coming to you. If you don't work and you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I'm retired, and this is probably going to be more about your values and your possessions and thinking about, do I need to keep this? There could be a new beginning for you around your possessions in your home. It can be quite a good time to just sort things out and get a bit more organized around things in your house that you don't really need, because it's Capricorn, right? It's about organization and setting goals and intentions for the future. So if you know that you need to make a certain amount, how are you going to do that? And just getting a bit structured around it. So I hope that helps, guys. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you in the next video. Capricorn, this is your new moon of the year. This is in your sign. This is a new beginning for you. Very, very powerful energy, because there's so many aspects right now, so many planets in your own sign. What is going on for you? When you have a new moon in your sign, this can be about your body, this can be about your identity, your life direction. Anything to do with you can show up in your sign. Anything. This can be your career, your family, your relationships, your growth, your goals, all of it. Something new is starting here. So this can be that you are traveling somewhere with Saturn in your 3rd house. It can be that you are having an important conversation with somebody. It can be something new is happening for a sibling or a relative that is showing up in your life. It can be that you are doing something new within a community. You are joining, you're going to a toddler group within the community and making some new friends, making new connections. You could be traveling somewhere. You could feel quite motivated to organize your life right now. Obviously, you guys are used to this energy. But the new moon is conjunct Pluto in your 2nd house. So there can be something for you guys as well around your money, like setting goals around your money, very powerful goals. There can be a new beginning for you around your money. So perhaps something is changing in your life and therefore your money is changing. So it can be a new job. It can be maybe you're going off to have a baby, or you're coming back from maternity leave, something like that where money's involved. Or you're just thinking about, what it is that you value. There can be some changes to your appearance. There just may be something new happening with how you identify and who you are in the world, and there can just be this whole epiphany. There's a trine to Uranus in your 5th house. So there can be something to do with your children, something that will then affect you, something starting out to do with your children, or to do with your romance, love life. So there can be a new relationship coming in. It can be a new hobby coming in for you guys, but you're setting goals and intentions around where you want to be headed over the next 6 months. You guys get the 4 of Earth, which was actually associated with this new moon in the first place. I read it at the beginning, but I'll read it again. So there might be some changes for some of you guys. This is going to be more relevant if you have planets at the end of Capricorn. It depends where your planets are, because all of these energies are going to be conjunct your planets. So you're going to feel it more strongly. So 4 of Earth, ownership, the beauty of divine order, and trusting in a solid foundation. Even if I feel shaken up and I'm unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there is no need to fear. While it is true that nothing is permanent in the material world, I find security in the existence of a divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind me that I am exactly where I am meant to be for my highest good and the highest good of all, and that I always have abundance available to me. So there can be some changes, Capricorn, but like I said in the beginning, I do see this as a positive new moon. Again, maybe feeling quite intense with that conjunction to Pluto, and potential for transformation for some of you as well. So Aquarius and Aquarius rising, you are experiencing this new moon in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house. This is a more introverted and introspective new moon. You guys are probably really behind the scenes at the moment. You may be tired, you may be burnt out, you may just be wanting to rest. Some of you will be channeling this into spiritual matters. Really good use of this energy. Going to spiritual events, going to retreats, going to sound baths, doing some Reiki, doing some healing. That is a really good and positive use of energy in the 12th house, when you are actually channeling it into like retreat type stuff. You're going to the spa. The lower manifestation of this energy is that you can just feel a little bit mentally drained. Your mental health can suffer a little bit. Obviously it's winter in the UK. The mornings are dark, the evenings are dark, it's cold, so you may feel a little bit kind of more depressed, I would say, under this energy than some of the other signs. So it's really important that you're giving yourself time to nourish yourself and just kind of spend that time in rest and retreat, and not forcing yourself to do too much, because with all of this energy in your 12th house, you're not going to be able to do too much. So a new moon here is signaling a new beginning for you. It could be that you are attending an event, attending a spiritual event, attending a sound bath, something like that. Or you could be setting intentions around some of those things that you perhaps want to learn over the upcoming year. That's also possible, setting goals. But this is also the section of the chart that is to do with your subconscious mind. So sometimes you might not even actually notice things that go on when you have a new moon in the 12th house, because it's just quite reflective. So it's a really good time to kind of journal, to spend time in meditation. You've got Mars here, you've got Mercury here. This is a lot of energy in the 12th house. This is, Mercury in the 12th house. This is your mind. This is creating something behind the scenes. Mars is resting. Mars is your energy. You may be having crazy dreams. It may be, this is the house of hidden enemies as well. There could be something coming up here around people that you didn't know that didn't like you. That's also possible. But the conjunction is happening with Pluto in your first house. So it's almost like, what are you letting go of? What are you healing? Where are you transforming? What self-sabotaging behaviors do you need to let go of, Aquarius? Because the 12th house is how we self-sabotage. It's where we sit in martyrdom. It's where we play the victim. So, and this new moon conjunct Pluto in your first house, Pluto in your first is about you reclaiming your power. It's about you going through a big transformation. But perhaps you need to let go of something first. Perhaps you need to heal something first. And there can be a breakthrough with your healing. Trining Uranus in the 4th house. This is about our emotions. It's about our family, our ancestry. It's about the past. But the water houses are the healing houses. So having a new moon here trining Uranus can be about a breakthrough in healing, or you're being very self-reflective at this time. There can also be something, because Saturn rules this new moon and Saturn is in your second house of values. Maybe you're working on things behind the scenes to do with your work, to do with your money, organizing things behind the scenes to do with, you know, thinking what's important to me, what do I value. There could just be this like real healing energy here. Or it could be that you are, sorry, I've got a really itchy eyelash. Focusing on your self-worth can be part of this with Saturn in the second. You know, do I really deserve the way that this person's treating me? What do I really want? You know, all of this kind of self-reflection can definitely be happening, but you're doing it from a logical sense because it's Capricorn. You're doing it from a more like practical sense, but that same energy can feel heavy and it can feel a bit depressive in the 12th house. You can feel blocked from moving forward in a way. So you'll have to let me know how you're getting on with that, Aquarius, and how does that resonate. You guys get the moon card. So this is really about feeling. The moon card doesn't come out for a very long time. We've had a lot of cards today that haven't come out for a long time. So it says illusion. I may not see the workings of spirit in the invisible realms, but I know there is a great activity behind the scenes. Wow, you're actually getting like a very spot on card here. It's important to trust the mystery and remember that the material realm is an illusion. Current conditions are not necessarily a reflection of the truth of what's really going on in the present. Great opportunities lie in the shadows, awaiting the perfect time for illumination. So this is about reflection. It is about waiting and seeing what comes about. So, you know, when we move into Aquarius season, you're going to be feeling a bit more energized. But at the moment, it's about waiting, reflecting, releasing and healing something before we move forward into Aquarius season. So you'll have to let me know how that resonates, guys. I hope it's a good new moon for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Excuse me, Pisces, sorry. Pisces and Pisces rising, you are experiencing this new moon in your 11th house. This is a bit of a more friendlier sign placement for you guys. The 11th house is our friendships. It's our goals for the future. It's where we're moving forward. And of course, this is Capricorn, so it is about goal setting. So a lot of you, this is going to be about setting new intentions for your life, how you want to move forward. Where are you headed in 2026? You can be reflecting on this. You can be planting seeds. You can be writing down affirmations and manifestations of what you want to create over the next 6 months when it comes to your goals. Saturn has moved back into your sign. So there has been some hardships for you guys for the past couple of years. But a new moon in your 11th house is like, okay, how am I moving forward? What are my goals? You know, who am I collaborating with? What have I learnt? How do I want to grow? And what am I letting go of as I try to move forward? Capricorn energy is very practical. So there's this logical and practical approach towards your goals for the future. Where am I headed? What am I going? And there's potential for, you know, transformation here as this new moon is conjunct Pluto. Transformation for forward motion, thinking outside the box, thinking ahead of the future. But for some of you, this can be to do with friendships and groups. So it could be that you are forming a new friendship with someone, you're joining a new powerful group, you are just spending time with friends, you're organizing something with friendships. That's also possible. This could be something unusual with the trine to Uranus in your 3rd house, like an unusual connection, an unusual idea, an unusual social event could be happening. But typically, a lot of the time, this is going to be about, like, how are you moving forward? Who are you spending time with? What's important to you? And just setting a few more goals around that. You know, what am I? Capricorn can also be about charity work and activism. So, what am I doing for the collective? How am I serving society on a collective and selfless basis here? And actually maybe you're becoming a bit more organized around how you want to help other people, help people collectively. So it could be that you're organizing a charity run or a charity event or something like that. You guys get the 6 of Earth. So this is about creating something. So it says unexpected resources, happy surprises and generosity. What I have sent forth in love comes back to me many times over, as the generosity of others becomes apparent and unexpected resources show up. So you could be raising money for charity under this. The universe is exhibiting its generosity, reminding me that the world is full of pleasant surprises. Inside the pretty package is tangible aid, a gift from spirit, just when I was beginning to doubt. I'm reminded of the treasures I am titled to receive that show up at my door. What will I unwrap today? So that's a really positive card for you guys, actually. It's about, you know, people showing up to help you, collaboration, money coming in that was unexpected. All of that kind of stuff can be showing up for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if that resonates, Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss me or lose me in the abyss of YouTube. Give the video a thumbs up if you did get some value from it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.